Hello, this is video number 2 of a series I'm doing called My Storybook. If you remember in video number 1, I was just thinking about what little pictures could I do to illustrate what could be a book of my life. So if I was going to tell the story of my life, what pictures would I put in there? And I started with this sort of rather idyllic time when my children were little, playing in the garden. I put it into a painting, and I've done a little bit more. So what I've been doing is that I've been filling in. So I've put in it using the same colours. So I've got blues, browns, tiny bit of yellow through the middle here, but mostly it's blues, browns and reds. So on the little people, I've got the colours just very simply blocked in. I've not tried to draw anything complicated with the people. They're really just stick people that I've fleshed out a little bit more. So, and for the faces, I'm not going to start drawing little faces. I'm just going to draw blobs, which is just a little bit of yellow and red mix to make an orange. I'm playing around with the elements of stripes, sort of this way, that way, and then the blobs for the apples and the flowers all around here. So last little bits just to do on this one. I'm trying to fill in as much as I can. So I've got the walls of the house. I've just got, it's the blue which I've just mixed with a bit of white. Just you can see I'm using a scrap bit of paper to do my mixing. I haven't done much mixing. Mostly this is just colours straight from the tin, really, straight from the pan. So filling in a little bit more. I like filled in colours. It kind of gives the painting a kind of more of a finished look. So I could just go around all of those. Might do that later. I'll just fill in all around there. A little bit more to do on the clothes. I've got my little youngest son here, so he's got his blue sandpit. I might add a red, just some sort of red clothes for him there, that's going to contrast with that blue and the yellow sand. There it goes. Might just leave his trousers white, some little brown shoes on it. I often didn't have shoes on. I've got Zoe's I've got the little pony here. Little pony she's holding, called Flossie. So get that in. Little ears. There we go, there's Flossie. Just a few more tiny details to add now. I'm going to put on a bit of hair for everybody. So a bit of hair for Jim there, a bit of hair like that. Bit of hair. Okay, maybe put little tiny eyes. But I don't want to get too detailed with the face. Just looking at what more I could do. I might add something dark in those windows just so they don't look unfinished like that. So I might add some blue, maybe add that with a bit of that brown to give me an almost black. Yeah, that's great. It looks black, but it's not, it's bluey brown. And then fill that in. Just go down there. Another thing to think about when you're composing, sketching out your little illustration, your picture here, is thinking about thirds. So I've got a line up here which is kind of 2/3 of the way up, And then this, I think there's a line down here which I would say was, we've got a third there, the third of the middle and the third with that tree there. So we're creating a kind of structure to the painting. Also the apple trees kind of frame what's happening in the middle. So even though I didn't particularly think of that when I was plotting it out, it was probably just in my experience of always thinking, how am I arranging this in a balanced kind of way. So take a little bit of time when you're doing your sketching out and think, have I arranged this in a nice balanced kind of way, or could it be a bit more balanced somehow? I'll probably do a little bit more to that, but I'm going to move on to the next sketch now. I haven't done the cat yet. Let's just do the cat. Cat was a little brown tabby, muzzy, sadly recently died, but very old, 18 years old. So there he is. Hello, Muzzy. Very much in the middle of things. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put that to dry. I might add a little bit more later, but that's my, well, I don't know if it's going to be my first story. The beauty of having done them separately is that when I start to arrange them in my book, I could put it kind of a little way in, couldn't I, and then add some of the younger, the younger times, some pictures for younger times. I'm going to go on to now to a different picture here, this one here, which is number 2 of the ones I was just sketching earlier. This is a kind of more of not such a sort of happy time, but not unhappy, was a parting. So here I am leaving and I'm off on adventures to, the unknown really. So this is kind of 15 years on from then, or 10 years on from then, can't think really. So I've got here, again, I'm keeping this idea of circles, which I might make as a sort of theme throughout. My lines are not straight up and down, they're kind of swirling out, and I've tried to draw me kind of walking into the scene. So I'm just drawing that out on a piece of paper, and then I realise that I've got to make it the size of my book. There's no point making it bigger, so check that you're going to fit onto your book when you do that. So I'm just sketching it out again. I've got the kind of flowers that I am kind of leaving, which is kind of, what would you call it, a metaphor in a way. And I think it's been quite therapeutic drawing these things now, because I think in this long time of lockdowns, you do get reflective, and it's quite nice to think about kind of what would the essence of what was happening then. Okay, and so it's no bad thing doing these. Now, shall I stick to the same colours? Yes, I think so. They're very basic colours, red, yellow and blue. Can't go too wrong. My yellow has got really mucky. I might start with red. So my red flowers. I put some blue and yellow centres in those. Looking a little bit like the apples, but this time they're flowers that I'm walking away from. A parting. And alright, I'm going to put myself in a nice coat. I've got a nice blue duffel. So I'm going to have myself in a blue duffel coat. I'm trying to do me facing backwards, so I'm walking away. There we go. A little bag there. Don't think I'll have my hood up. I'm going to have my hair all short. bag. Legs, I'm trying to do me walking away. There we go. It's not terribly good, but it will do. So I'm going to think about, I think I'll reflect this blue in some blue sky up here. So let's make that, that's become quite dramatic now. So that's the, I'll take a bit of that out. I'm going to put some water on it. I want to make it a little bit paler, go into the distance. I'm going to squeeze out some of that and then take out some of that dark blue. Okay, I am going to work on this further now when we get to video 3. Okay, so I will see you then. If you're watching this on YouTube, would you like and subscribe? That would be really kind. Thank you very much. See you in video 3.